What's going on here? What is this racket? Oh no! Who did this? My beautiful car!
Mommy, look! Look what I did!
Wow! Great work! You're going to grow up to be a strong wrestler!
My name is Helen and I live with my husband, Alan. We started living in their house soon after we got married. We love it here, but there is one neighbor that is giving us a headache. Her name is Sarah. At first she was nice to us, but as we got to know her better, we noticed that she would act bizarre on many occasions. A typical conversation between us would go as follows.
Hi, Helen. Where are you headed?
Hi, Sarah. I'm off to do some grocery shopping.
I see. I'm also going to buy some Iberico pork and black truffle salt for dinner. For dessert, we're having melon.
Sounds great. Sarah would always find ways to brag about her life. She liked to make the people around her feel bad about themselves so that she could feel superior. She had a son named Liam, who was selfish and mischievous. To be honest, I didn't want to be friends with them, but since they were our neighbors, I didn't want to be rude.
What's wrong? Did something bad happen?
Sarah's coming over today.
Oh, the one who loves to brag about herself? Ugh, that's rough.
Yeah. I wonder what she's going to brag about today. I'm surprised that she has so many different things to boast about.
Today is gonna be a long day for us.
Hi, guys.
She's here.
Thanks for having me. I'd like some Darjeeling tea. The usual.
I want some snacks.
Hi, Liam!
Liam is so hard to handle. I didn't like his mother either, but since they were our neighbors, I was willing to make the effort to try to get along with them. Over tea, I listened to Sarah show off about how wonderful her life was. She also gossiped about the other neighbors. To be honest, I was only half listening.
Are there any toys or games for me to play with?
Sorry, Liam, we don't have anything for kids to play with.
Would it be okay for Liam to run around in your backyard?
Sure, go ahead. Liam began playing in our backyard. There wasn't much to do in our yard either, but I guess Liam would be more entertained outside. Liam played by himself while I continued my conversation with his mother.
Thank you for tea, Helen. I suppose Liam and I should get going soon.
I was relieved to know that she didn't intend on staying any longer. Let me go get Liam then. I went outside to go get Liam. Our garage was next to our backyard where our beloved car was parked. Alan's parents loved cars, and as a wedding gift, they bought us a really nice car. The reason why I'm talking about my car here is...
Break!
What are you doing, Liam?
To my horror, Liam was using tools in our garage to hit our car like it was some sort of game.
I'm a winner! I'm going to completely destroy the car!
What's going on here? What is this racket? Oh no! Who did this? My beautiful car!
Mommy, look! Look what I did!
Wow! Great work! You're going to grow up to be a strong wrestler!
Sarah, you're unbelievable! You should be scolding your son, not applauding his behavior.
My car! My car!
Alan, are you okay? Liam is only a child. He didn't have any bad intentions.
I'm sure that you can get this fixed easily.
You can't be serious. Don't you feel any remorse?
But Liam didn't mean any harm. Let's put this behind us. Besides, he's learned his lesson.
I don't think that he has. And this is not something that we can just dismiss.
This is my precious car! This can't be happening!
We expect you to pay the full cost of the repair. As soon as I asked her to cover the cost of the repair, Sarah's attitude became hostile.
You can't be serious. You can't blame a child for something that he did. He didn't mean to break your car. It's crass nice of you to ask us to pay the money. I mean, you invited us to your home. I can't believe you're acting like the victim here. This is not the type of mischief that we can forgive with a laugh. I never mentioned this before, but did you know that my husband works for the mafia? Do you think that you can try to intimidate us? Wow, unbelievable. Sarah was now trying to threaten us by saying her husband was in the mafia. Do you think that we're going to give up because you mentioned where your husband works? I merely mentioned a fact. It seems that you're not going to give in. I hope you two are prepared for what comes after this. Her son was the one that did something bad. Sarah was trying to turn this around to blame us. If she was going to play dirty, then we were going to fight back. So, your husband works for the mafia? Then I guess we'd need to bring someone in from the mafia too, to resolve this. What? I was really mad at Sarah and Liam for the way they acted at my house. I won't forgive them. Troublebusters. I wasn't lying when I said I would bring in someone from the mafia. It turns out that Alan's father works for the mafia. I knew this before I got married to Alan. At first, I was scared of meeting Alan's father, but after meeting him, I saw how nice he was. Alan got in touch with his father. His father was kind enough to come over to our house right away. Soon after Alan made the call, a black limousine stopped in front of our house. In fact, it was Alan's father who had bought us our car. Who do you know in the mafia? You better not be lying to me.
Alan! Alan! I'm here! Dad!
Thank you for coming over. I wasn't surprised to see Sarah's reaction when she saw Alan's father. You could tell from his appearance that Alan's father was a true mafia member. I was certain that a foreigner seeing Alan's father for the first time would even recognize him to be part of the Japanese mafia.
So, you must be Sarah!
Helen? Who is this?
I'm the Big Daddy of the Mafia! So you say that your husband works for the Mafia too? What is his name? Come on, tell me!
Liam, do you remember where your father works?
No.
Don't ignore my question! So, what is your husband's name? Son, did you break Alan's car? Even if you're a child, you still need to apologize when you've done something wrong.
Is Mama scary, Mommy?
Please stop! Please don't hurt my son!
I heard you said your son wasn't at fault because he's a child. But as his parent, you are responsible for his actions.
Helen, please help me! In desperation, Sarah came to me for help. Can't you get your husband to do something? He's in the mafia after all. I'm sorry, I lied to you about my husband. He's a pharmacist. So you were lying. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Well, thank you for apologizing. You will pay the repair costs for our car, right?
I think that's the least that you could do.
Yes, I'll pay for the repairs. Sarah finally agreed to pay the repair costs of our broken car. To be safe, we had her sign a document agreeing to cover the repair costs. The car that Alan's father bought for us was one of a kind, and the repair costs would be expensive. The car parts had to be transported from overseas. The repairs would be timely and costly, but we were willing to wait. As for Sarah, she couldn't pay for the full repair costs with her savings alone, so she had to borrow some money from the bank. I guess she won't be having a Barraco pork and black truffle salt for dinner for a while. A few days after the incident, Sarah's husband came to apologize to us for what Sarah and Liam had done.
I apologize for my wife and son's behavior at your house the other day.
Thank you for coming to apologize to us. Sarah's husband was far from being a mafia member, and he seemed gentle and nice.
I thank you for putting the terrible incident behind you. Well, I'm just happy that my car's being repaired as we speak. My wife is a little too easy on my son. And after what happened at your house, I decided that she wasn't fit to continue raising our son. I've decided to leave her and raise Liam on my own.
Oh, I see.
I regret having put Sarah in charge of educating our son. Our son doesn't have any manners, and I need to re-educate him.
Well, I think that having you more involved in Liam's life will have a positive impact on him. Sarah's husband was intent on divorcing her and raising Liam on his own. I'm sure that her husband will do a better job of raising Liam than Sarah. And our repaired car finally came back to our house. It came back in supreme condition. It was good as new.
I'm so happy!
Yes, I'm glad that it's in perfect condition.
The car is my favorite thing in this house. My second favorite thing is my bicycle.
What about me?
Hey, Ellen and Helen. Glad to see that your car's fixed. Dad! Thanks for checking in on us.
Hi, nice to see you again. Look, the car is perfect again.
Yes, I see. I was prepared to give you another car if this one didn't come back properly. I love the car that we already have, Dad. Thanks!
Since your father came to see us, why don't we take the car for a drive? So the three of us went for a drive in a repaired car. I was so grateful to Alan's father for coming to help us out when we needed him to. After the incident with Sarah, I learned that I needed to be more careful when starting a relationship with my neighbors. Troublebusters.
Why did you come home? We were just about to have fun. I forgot something. What is this? What's your relationship? Well, I guess it's no big deal if you find out. We're going out! My name is Adam. I work as a programmer. Sounds cool, right? Last year, after having a workplace romance, I got married. My wife's name is Sheila. She's a bit, well, very selfish. But she's a beautiful woman. I was thinking that I was so happy to be able to marry such a beautiful woman, but...
Adam, see you!
Sheila! Do I get a kiss before I go?
You don't need one.
After getting married, there were some times that I felt she was cold towards me. Seems that I'm the only one that still thinks we're in our honeymoon stage. Well, we'll probably have kids in the future, so I thought that I had to work hard as the breadwinner of the family. And today is an important day where I might be able to sign a big contract for work. It's big enough that it'll influence the future of the company I work at. I can get it signed, everyone's evaluations of me will shoot up. I'm going to get this contract and become successful. Business Busters! Thank you for meeting with me. I lost to your passion, Adam. I'm glad I did. Thank you so much. I managed to gain a contract with a super major company. I was so happy. I felt like all my hard work had been worth it. And then, a few days later, I'll do my best today too. I went to the major company I had signed a contract with to have a meeting. However, I was surprised by something that had happened when I arrived. Hey, you're late! Aiden? Why are you here? This is my boss, Aiden. I didn't know what he was doing here, but I already had a bad feeling. Why? Because it's Aiden. I've almost finished explaining. What do you mean? It was decided that I'll be put in charge of this contract. You go home. Huh? Aiden had changed the time of the meeting and put himself in charge without my permission. Why would you do that without telling me? It's too early for you to deal with this job. The client will be more at ease if I'm in charge. Even so! What? Did you want to take all the glory? If you think about the company, it'll be more profitable if I deal with this client. Don't you think so too? I don't think so at all. Why? This man has caused several problems at meetings with clients. He's not conscious of it, though. He's a real trouble monster. There was no point arguing about it right then. My boss and I returned to our company and decided to talk about it there. Please explain what you're trying to do, properly. Why do I have to explain myself to my subordinate? Because I didn't know anything! That's your own fault for having it stolen from you! I think you better stop trying to steal the limelight from your subordinates. What? Did you just speak back to me? This contract was finally made by me, going to visit the client several times. But they accepted the change so easily. I told them it was by your recommendation, but no matter who does it, it's the same work. That's not the problem. In the first place, I haven't recommended you at all. You're so cheeky. If you want to work that much, then prepare the documents that have to be sent by next week. Huh? You better come to work even if it's your day off tomorrow. Why should I? You want to work on this contract, right? Then do it. Take responsibility and do it. Well, I am in charge. I'll do it, but I'm pissed off. This is my order as your boss. Work your ass off so that I can become successful. I ended up having to go to work on my day off. Either way, I had to prepare the document, so I was going to go to work anyway. But just thinking that those documents would help my boss annoyed me. Ugh! So annoying! Feel like I could break a brick in half! When I was working, I realized I had forgotten something at home. I need that, or I can't work. Sheila was saying that she was going out with friends, so I better go home and get it. I headed back to get the thing I had forgotten. Nobody should have been home, but for some reason the light was on. I'm back! Sheila, you already home? What? I was shocked by who I saw in front of me. My boss was sitting on the sofa with Sheila. Why?
Oh, he found out. That's why I told you we can't.
Why did you come home? We were just about to have fun. I forgot something. What is this? What's your relationship? Well, I guess it's no big deal if you find out. We're going out! I was shocked by the explosive confession. I hadn't realized my wife was having an affair with my boss. Sheila, what is this?
Ian was at our wedding, right?
Yeah?
That's when he asked me out.
What? What are you on about? Then what was the point of marrying me?
That and this are different. I married you because your family is rich. Well, it's not like I know why they're rich.
Aiden! Why would you ask out somebody's wife at their wedding? Oh, well, I prefer romances with a bit of danger rather than a normal relationship. I felt despair, wondering what meaning this last year had had. Was it a waste to work so hard for my new family?
You're really boring after all, Adam. You have money, but there's nothing interesting or funny about you. You're so normal. On the other hand, Aiden's the one that signed a major contract. He knows what he's doing.
Right? Aren't I even more appealing than before? I'm the one that signed that contract! He stole it from me!
But you're not in charge of the contract, right?
No, that's not officially. I'm still in charge! Oh, come on, you're not! That's because you changed things without telling me! Your wife and your clients are all mine! I can fire a useless guy like you anytime! My job and my wife were stolen. This is the worst. And I hated that I was being made to dance around by them both. Fine, I understand. The next day, I filed my resignation with Human Resources. I didn't want to work there anymore. There was just one thing that I had left undone. So I decided to begin my plan. I heard that you filed a resignation! You loser! Say whatever you want. You're such an adult. There's no point fighting. I'll divorce Sheila too. In return, I plan to demand a lot in compensation, so be prepared. Yeah, I'll bark, no bite, you loser! You won't be able to laugh for that much longer. I definitely won't forgive you. Time for the Trouble Busters! 1 week later, I was preparing to transfer my workloads and gathering my stuff. Hey, Adam! What do you mean you're resigning? CEO, I'm very sorry. A lot happened, and I felt I couldn't stay here any longer. Felt you couldn't stay? My boss told me he would fire me. What? Aiden, what is he talking about? CEO, this guy really is useless. I fired him with the company in mind. You idiot! Do you know who he is? You're the one that's fired! Huh? Wait a moment! CEO! Why are you on his side? Adam is the grandson of the owner of Trubus Group, our parent company! You don't have the right to fire him! What? The truth is, my grandpa told me to enter this child company as training. There was another reason for it too. A lot of employees are resigning, and it's not making any profit. Find out why, is what the owner had asked me. Of course, the CEO knew about all of this. This mission had already been completed. CEO, I found out why this company's been losing money. It's all because of this man! Huh? What are you saying? Aiden was crushing the newbies. He took credit for their work, would fire them if he didn't like them. Both the lack of growth and high resignation rate are all his fault. Aiden, explain yourself! We'll have a good long chat. Hey, don't lie about stuff like that! You'll understand in a little while. A phone rang in the office. The caller was the major company I had made a contract with. CEO, it seems he'd like to speak with you. Hello, the CEO? What kind of training are you giving your employees? I'm very sorry. Did he do something? There's no point in talking to him. He doesn't know a thing. He's no good. I can't believe you recommended him. What is that Aiden guy? He's terrible. I'm very sorry. I can't trust your company anymore, so I'll be ending the contract. Please wait! He had ended the phone call. Aiden! What is the meaning of this? I think he's mistaken. I thought Adam was supposed to be in charge of this contract. What did he mean by recommendation? Well, I thought I would be better for the job. You idiot! Don't make me laugh! You're fired! Get out! No way! In the end, the other employees present also spoke out about his actions and Aiden was fired. I divorced Sheila. Sheila lost interest in the unemployed Aiden. And then she tried to get back together with me. But of course I rejected her. After that, the unemployed Aiden and Sheila, who hadn't been working to begin with, were both held down by the debt they owed to me and worked their asses off paying me. As for me, I stayed at the company, and I'm working hard to find new contracts to make up for the one we lost. The CEO praised me for my hard work, and I'm slowly but steadily making my way to success. Trouble Busters! You see, we sell high-rise condos here. I don't think you'll fit into our clientele. You're single and poor, after all.
He had a point, but did he need to say it to my face?
This area is really popular, and it's suitable for rich people.
My name is Helen, and I'm the owner of a high-rise condo. It's because I inherited the property from my grandfather. The profits from the management of the condo would be enough money to live off. But I still work part-time at a supermarket to keep myself busy. There is one thing that worries me. I'm currently building another condo. but for some reason, it had a bad reputation even though it's not complete yet. I didn't know why this was the case, so I decided to go to the premises to check it out. Oh, the condo's almost finished. I hope the people buy rooms in it.
Hello, my name is Alan. I'm currently showing the rooms in this new condo.
Nice to meet you.
Would you be interested in taking a look at some of the rooms that we have available?
Yes, please. Alan was friendly and seemed good at his job. I hadn't seen the inside of the building yet, so I was excited. I had forgotten that my condo had a bad reputation, so I followed Alan into the building.
Let me give you a brief explanation of the building before we go to see the room. Would you mind filling out this form?
Okay, you need information about my job and family. I wrote down that I had a part-time job. I handed the completed form to Alan. When Alan saw what I had written on the form, he looked like he was about to burst out laughing.
What is this? You have a part-time job?
Yes, is that a problem? After finding out that I worked as a part-timer, Alan's attitude toward me suddenly changed.
What does your husband do?
Actually, I'm single.
I see, and I guess this is not gonna work out. No can do.
I didn't get it. My first impression was that Alan was a nice guy, but now he was showing me his dark side.
You see, we sell high-rise condos here. I don't think you'll fit into our clientele. You're single and poor, after all.
He had a point, but did he need to say it to my face?
This area is really popular, and it's suitable for rich people. I thought that you might be the daughter of a rich father or something, but you're just a loser who's single. I should have noticed from the start. My bad.
I wanted to point out that he was just an employee too. Alan wouldn't be able to afford a room in this condo even if he tried, so I didn't see why he had to act so superior.
Look, I'm really busy, so I don't have time to chat to people that won't be able to afford this place. Would you mind leaving now?
Huh? I was shocked that Alan would say such a thing to a potential client. I was really angry. I felt like screaming. I realized that it was Alan's behavior that was causing my condo to have a bad reputation.
Will you go already? I don't want you to spread your germs. I might become poor just like you. This condo is really popular. Everyone wants to live here.
I'm sick of listening to you. Are rich people more important than other people?
You don't seem to understand. Living in a condo gives people power. Someone with no money cannot understand the value of condos. Actually, it'd be really interesting to see how she reacts when I show her one of the rooms. I bet she's never seen anything so fancy.
Alan stared at me with an evil smile. I get it now. I'm leaving. I was bored and wanted to see what the rooms here looked like.
Well, if you like, I can show you a room. You might not be able to afford it, but I can let you dream about it. I'm a great salesperson. I can show you all the great qualities of this condo.
What are you saying? You just made fun of me to my face. Why would I want to spend a minute more with you?
Well, I'm sorry about that. But since you made your way over here, why not take a look at one of our gorgeous rooms? I won't force you to, but you'll be missing out if you don't.
He was so irritating. Okay, fine. I'll take a look then.
Good choice. Follow me.
The door of each room was beautiful, and there was relaxing music playing in the hallway. I was taken away by the place, and I forgot about how angry I was.
Voila!
Wow, this place is amazing. It's like a castle. I love the chandeliers. And the place is very spacious.
The furniture was imported from France. I'm sure you've never seen anything like this before. Rich people are gonna live here, so they would want to live in a big place.
The view is great too, and we're on the first floor. I don't understand why that airplane seems so close to us.
This looks like a window with a panoramic view, but it's actually a high-quality monitor. That's why it's possible to get the same feel as if you were on the higher floors. It was my idea to put the monitors in place.
He wanted to brag about himself every opportunity that he got. His words just brought me back to reality.
What did you think of this luxurious place?
It was great, but I guess that it's too expensive for me.
Would you like to know how much a room in this building costs? Or would you rather leave without finding out how out of league this place is?
Alan was having so much fun making me feel bad about myself.
I don't think they offer loans to part-timers. The penthouse costs $3 million. With your salary, it would take at least 500 years to pay back the mortgage.
If I had bought this place during the Italian Renaissance, I would still be paying my mortgage. Unbelievable.
You'd be recorded in the Guinness World Records for having the longest mortgage in history. That'd be hilarious!
Alan was getting on my nerves, but I tried to restrain myself. My grandfather would be upset if I picked a fight with his imbecile.
You seem annoyed. Did I say something to offend you? You should be happy that I took time out of my busy schedule to show you one of our rooms. Are you upset because a part-timer like you could never buy a place like this?
I was the owner of the condo, and this idiot salesperson had no idea. I was disappointed in myself for allowing Alan to treat me like garbage. I wish Alan wouldn't make assumptions about me based on my appearance, job, and marital status. I also wish that I looked like the kind of person that could be living in a condo. But on the other hand, I didn't think that appearances were what determined the value of a person. I wanted to teach Alan a lesson for being condescending and rude. I had inherited this property from my grandfather, and I didn't want Alan's behavior to be the cause of a condo having a bad reputation. I was strong, and I wouldn't let his mean remarks bring me down. Troublebusters. I decided to go visit Alan's workplace.
Someone is here to see you.
Who is it?
Her name is Helen. She's the owner of the condo building that is currently on sale.
I see. I hope there aren't any issues with the sale.
Good morning. Sorry to show up unannounced.
Not to worry. How can we help you?
I would like to stop using your company's services for the sales activities at my condo.
May we ask why?
Helen went to see one of the rooms in the condo yesterday. Alan in sales was very rude to her, not knowing that she was the owner.
That is very unprofessional of Alan!
Yes, Alan was very rude to me, and I'm assuming that I'm not the only one that he's been rude to.
We are very sorry for how Alan treated you. Please allow us to apologize on his behalf. We will make sure that nothing like this happens again.
I've put it behind me, but I won't be able to work with this company anymore.
Is there any way we could get you to reconsider?
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to change my mind about this. I then left the office, but the CEO of the company and the secretary came over to my house.
Please allow us to apologize once more. We are very sorry for the unacceptable behavior on Alan's part. As his manager, I feel very bad about what happened.
Thank you for your apologies, but like I said earlier, you won't be able to change my mind about my decision.
We've invested a lot into this project, and if you cut ties with us, our company will go bankrupt. We will let Alan go, so...
Alan also arrived in my house. He came because his bosses told him to, and he had no idea why he was called to my house.
I'm here like you told me, boss! Why do you need me to apologize to this woman? All I did was show her one of the rooms in the condo yesterday.
Alan, do you still not see what's happening here?
Oh, are you saying that she's gonna try to buy one of the rooms in the condo?
I can't believe that you call yourself a brilliant salesperson. I don't understand how you can not know who I am.
Alan! How could you not recognize Helen? And you're being very rude to her! Helen? I don't get it.
Alan, Do you remember the name of the condo that we're selling?
Of course I do. It's Tower Residence Helen. Huh? Helen? Oh no! You finally get it! She's the owner of the building! You need to apologize to her right away for your crassness! I am so sorry! I had no idea!
Alan, thank you for showing me one of the rooms yesterday. I'm planning to keep the penthouse so that I can live there. I'm glad that I got to check it out before I actually moved in.
Alan, we're obviously going to have to fire you. Pack up your things in the office and go. We never want to see you again. Please don't fire me! I just borrowed a lot of money from the bank to pay off my new car! I won't be able to pay back the loan if I get fired! Shut up and take responsibility for your actions! You can't make me take all the responsibility on my own! That's not fair! You told me that the owner of this building was an amateur and that I could do whatever I wanted! You also told me to set the prices really high so that our company would make good money! You told me not to waste my time on people that weren't rich enough! Alan, I said no such things! I assure you that Alan is making all this up. Please don't believe a word he says. You were planning to rip Helen off and spend the money to travel the world. I also know that you were going to use one of the rooms for you and your family without paying for it. Alan, what are you saying? You're not making any sense. I have nothing to lose now that I'm getting fired. If I'm going down, you're coming down with me.
I didn't know that they were in on this together. I guess it's time to say goodbye to this company. I wish I had realized this sooner.
I'm glad that I'm ending things with this company. They're all frauds.
You're no better than Alan. Please leave my house now.
Alan, the CEO, and his secretary left my house. Soon after, I started my own company and recruited people to sell the rooms of the condo. I made it possible for people with VR headsets that were considering buying a room to take a look at any of the rooms in the condo remotely. I also created shared space in the building so that the residents can mingle with one another. I was interviewed by the media for being a young and successful entrepreneur. Because of this, all the rooms in my condo sold out fairly quickly.
Yes, we finished selling all the rooms.
Thank you for inviting me to work with you. I'm so grateful. I was jobless after what my boss and Alan did, so I was so lucky to have received your call.
I could tell that you weren't one of the bad ones, and you are a really good secretary. I wonder what happened to your boss and Alan.
I heard a rumor that they both lost their jobs. They went MIA.
The CEO of the company was kicked out by the board for his misdealings. He had also been using the company's funds for personal reasons. The company is now suing him. As for Alan, he had to take odd jobs to pay back his debts. They both shouldn't have made fun of me without getting to know me first.
Troublebusters. Sheila? What are you up to? You stole my boyfriend. You've got nerve showing up here.
Huh? What's so bad about me coming to spend time with my best friend?
You don't have that many friends to begin with. I came here for your sake.
My name is Lucy. I've graduated university and I'm currently employed. One morning when I didn't have work, I thought I would have a lie-in until lunch because I had the day off. But my phone rang.
Lucy, I have important news.
Oh, it's Sheila. What's up? It's still 6 in the morning.
Important news is always sudden. You're at home, right?
Yeah, I am.
Then I'm heading right over. Wait for me.
Huh?
Now? No way!
Sheila's always been like this. If you looked at it positively, you could say she was an airhead. but there were times when she was nothing but trouble. I never had a lot of friends to begin with, but I was childhood friends with Sheila, who had always been in the same class as me in elementary. We're still really close to this day.
Lucy, Lucy!
Yeah, I'm opening it. Just ring the bell.
You took so long. I told you I have important news.
Yeah, okay, calm down or you'll wake the neighbors. How about you come in?
Yeah, Aiden, you come in too.
Hey!
Huh? Aiden? Why are you with Sheila? Aiden was actually my boyfriend, who I'd been dating since university. What was he doing with Sheila? Sheila, what's going on?
Aiden and I have decided to officially start dating.
What? Sheila? What are you saying? You're going to date? He's my boyfriend.
I'm saying he's become my boyfriend now. I came here to ask you to break up with him.
You must be joking. You too, Aiden? What are you doing?
You're the one causing trouble here. I'm gonna date Sheila, so don't bother me anymore.
I don't understand at all. This is an affair.
Don't say it so horribly. I just found my one true love. That's all. I'll break up with you, so don't worry.
You're the worst. You're both the absolute worst.
Hey, do you understand your position? I'm your friend.
But did you really think you were worthy of Aiden? Huh?
You graduated from university and went to work in a normal company, didn't you? In comparison, Aiden started his own business. So you can't honestly think that a poor person like you has the right to go out with a wealthy man like him.
Enough! You've made a mess of my life. Doing something like stealing someone's boyfriend or laying your hands on someone's best friend? You've got no common sense. I don't want to have anything to do with either of you. I never want to see you again. My best friend and my boyfriend. The worst day of my life and the most important people to me stabbed me in the back. It was the first time I'd been so embarrassed. What annoyed me the most was that they didn't feel guilty at all. They had all been so horrible, but were laughing as they talked. I felt my blood boil. I was irritated about what they had done for a month. And just when I thought it had died down...
Hello! Your best friend Sheila's come to play.
I told you I don't want anything to do with you. Go home.
Don't say that. I'm coming in.
Hey! Sheila barged into my house just as suddenly as she had turned up. Does she not understand what I'm saying? Sheila? What are you up to? You stole my boyfriend. You've got nerve showing up here.
Huh? What's so bad about me coming to spend time with my best friend? You don't have that many friends to begin with. I came here for your sake. I thought you'd be happy.
Seriously, you must be out of your mind. I didn't know if she was being serious or if she was just teasing me. Either way, my stress gauge was increasing by the second.
The truth is, I've come to show off. Look at this. How much do you think it cost?
What?
Let's take a look. It cost $4,000. The clothes I'm wearing are all from Louis Vuitton. My underwear cost $400.
You came all this way to brag about something as petty as that?
Oh no! Is it possible that you're jealous? Aiden was an entrepreneur and stinking rich after all. I guess it was tough on you to lose out on money like that.
I wasn't looking at Aiden for his money, and I didn't make him buy me presents. So what if you're wearing a brand? If you're only interested in brand items, then you're the same as kids that go crazy over trading cards.
By the way, the sports type Mercedes that's parked outside, it's mine, so don't touch it. It's bad luck if a poor person touches it.
Is that all you have to say? Then go home.
You're right, I'll go home. If I'm with a poor person, I'll become poor too.
Just thinking about how I'd been friends with a horrible person like that all this time, I felt more like an idiot than I felt angry. But like this, Sheila and Aiden would probably turn up again. I even thought about moving a house far away. I executed my plan and I resigned from my company and made the decision to move to the countryside. One day, 5 years after moving to my new home, I got a phone call from an unknown number.
Hello! Are you free? Sheila? Why do you know my number?
Don't you know that we have friends in common? I have something to tell you. What? I'm not interested at all.
I'm going to get married! Yay!
He's a great guy, so I want to introduce him to you. Oh, really? I hope you become very happy with him.
I'll invite you to the wedding. You're my best friend, so I want you to have the best seat.
Huh? Listen, do you really think I'd go to your wedding? Is your head okay?
That's my line. Why wouldn't you come to my wedding? You're my BF. You have to be there.
You mean used to be BF?
Why are you so angry? You can't honestly be saying you've forgotten what you did to me.
Do you mean how I stole Aiden? You're still not over that? You're so clingy. You're like a snake.
But that's the reason why I cut ties with you. My answer is not attending. See ya, ex-best friend. Wait. I'm sorry about what I said.
What?
I just thought it would be awkward if I didn't speak to you like I used to. I said something horrible again.
What do you want?
I want to forget about what happened in the past. I just want to be friends again and go back to how we used to be. So please, can you come to my wedding?
But you're going to marry.
It's not Aiden. I don't have anything to do with him anymore. I hope we can be friends again after I'm married.
That's too sudden.
I know that I did something unforgivable. I want to apologize.
So you knew what you did.
I've always wanted you to make the speech. You're the only one I can consider a best friend.
I guess if you really do regret your actions. All right. I'll think of a speech.
Really? Thank you!
At first, she was just the old Sheila I knew. But after talking with her, I decided that it might be better to let the past go and be friends again. Then, on the day of the wedding, I had a speech prepared, and I made my way to the wedding venue.
Lucy! Long time no see!
Congratulations. What sort of person is your husband?
Oh yeah! It's someone you know!
Huh?
Hey!
You're kidding.
My husband-to-be is Aiden! I thought I had to lie in order to get you to come to the wedding.
What are you doing?
It seemed like you missed Aiden a little bit, so I thought I'd invite you to the wedding and let you see him. And how in love he is with me. And then we get to see how pathetic you are. Don't you think it's an amazing plan?
You deceived me just so you could brag?
Well, do you know what Roman holiday means? And it's hilarious just how easily you were deceived. Your expression just now was brilliant too. I've had enough. If you're going to make a fuss, I'll call security. Oh, and another friend has prepared a speech so you don't have to bother with yours. The only thing you have left to do is go home. All alone.
Sheila's fiance turned out to be Aiden. Even though she had made the speech over the phone about having a new guy and wanting to make up with me. The new friendship that had started to flower with that phone call had completely withered. I didn't mind going home just like that, but I wanted to have my revenge. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I had no choice but to take part in the wedding and wait for my chance. Time for the trouble busters. Fine. Sorry for making a fuss. But could you let me make the speech?
After all this, you still want to make the speech? Go ahead, do what you want.
I gripped my teeth and endured. There was 1 more hour until the wedding would start. I searched the venue for someone with a certain similarity to me. I hoped that they would cooperate in my revenge. A few hours later...
So, we'll be moving to the friend's speech. Lucy, go ahead.
Sheila, congratulations. And Aiden, as your ex-girlfriend, I wish you all the best in your marriage.
What?
Hey! Lucy!
The seated guests all began to gossip after hearing my first line. Oh, don't worry. I'll explain everything from the beginning.
Wait, Lucy!
I was dating Aiden until I found out that he was cheating on me with Sheila. I hope you're both very happy together in your forbidden love. Aiden and Sheila began to go pale. Their parents had anger in their eyes, and the venue was in a panic. But my revenge had only just started. I've come to make a speech as Sheila's best friend, so I have a message for Sheila.
What? You still have something to say?
Sheila, there's something you've always told me since you started cheating on me with Aiden. Do you remember what it is?
What are you talking about?
You were saying how you stole my CEO boyfriend. But if you're going to be the CEO's wife, I have a secret to tell you. Oh, before that, let me introduce you to someone. Jade, over here.
Hello.
Jade? Hey! What are you up to?
That's right. Jade is an employee at Aiden's company. Sheila, do you know what Jade and I have in common?
Huh? How should I know?
Oh, so you haven't heard about that at all.
That?
When Aiden and I were dating, we had a massive argument about how low the working conditions were at his company.
Huh?
Hey!
Employees often slept at work, no overtime pay, and they paid for themselves at work parties. He used them to run errands and then got angry about how slow they were. Male employees often have bruises on their faces.
Uh-huh. What do you mean?
I'm saying the company he owns reveals his true nature.
Hey! Lucy! Stop! Sheila! Everyone! Lucy's just angry about how Sheila and I are getting married! She's lying!
Then let's ask a current employee.
Oh, sorry. Just thinking that I'll be freed from that crappy CEO made me giggle.
Huh?
That's right. Please look at this screen. Originally, only the CEO can view this, but I hacked it a little bit. This is footage from the CCTV inside the company.
Jade began to play footage of Aiden verbally abusing his employees and being a dictator to the venue.
Stop it!
This is the CEO's true colors.
And that's that. Sheila, your husband is a piece of crap. Well, he was a piece of crap for cheating on me with my best friend, too.
How pathetic, Mr. CEO. No way. But he's still a CEO.
Aiden, I want to cancel the contract my company has with yours. I won't be funding you privately either. No! Adam! You're our biggest client! I don't care! I don't want to do business with crap like you! I'm going to tell all your clients the truth! No! Please!
And that's the end of my speech. You're both horrible people. Good luck keeping your company alive. I hope you're happy.
No way! You tricked me!
I ignored the screaming Sheila and the screams at Aiden, and left the venue. After that, I heard that Aiden's company kept on losing profits and ended up going bankrupt from all the debt they had. It seems that the man that called out Aiden was pretty famous in the business world. And at his word, all of Aiden's customers had canceled their contracts with his company. And thanks to Jade speaking out, she was able to gain support from the many business owners that had attended the wedding. She had sued Aiden's company, and Aiden and Sheila were suffering from having to pay off the compensation they owed. Troublebusters.
My name is Harlan. I'm a woman with a career, living with my husband and Kimberly, my daughter. However, because of a contagious virus out on the loose at the moment, my work is mostly at home. I've never done this before, and there were many difficulties to tackle. But I'm nevertheless doing my best. But even I have a certain concern in my life. Yes, indeed. And therefore, I believe we won't have any problems if it was left in my hands, but this is under teleworking conditions, and I'm not sure if I can handle that on my own. During an online meeting, the doorbell to my house rang. I had a good idea on who it was. Not again. I'm sorry, sir. You must excuse me a moment. Harlan, dear, open up! Please, Mrs. Desmond. My, what a slowpoke you are. I was nearly at my limit. How many times have I told you not to come here unannounced, when you really have no business here? I'm right in the middle of teleworking. Oh my, so you were being serious about that? Such a small-minded girl. I was serious. And my mind is anything but small. I've told you time and time again. I'm teleworking at this time. Please do not disturb. Not to mention I'm right in the middle of a meeting. It's an inconvenience to other people. I must tell you to stop. I don't care, girl. No use telling me that since you're just relaxing because you're not going to the office. The hell? A person like you? In this situation? Please, I know you're slacking off. What? Listen here. Unlike your husband who's actually going out to work, you're just shut inside here. So I come here worried about you. Say what? No words of thanks to such a caring mother-in-law? Oh my gosh. You and you're just relaxing at home bullshit. Can you stop deciding that I'm not working? My work amount is the same as it was before, and I'm trying to do my best in an unfamiliar environment. And my husband is a construction worker. Could you also stop saying that his job and mine are exactly the same? In any case, I have no words to thank you with. You're an obstacle in my work. Ugh, you're so annoying. My daughter-in-law arguing with me? Unbelievable! This isn't arguing. I'm begging you. Please do not interrupt my job again. In this way, my mother-in-law would apparently not approve of my teleworking, and she often barges in unannounced just to be a nuisance. Plus, her timing was so uncanny it was a crime. It was always during my daily meetings. I told her about this nicely before, but the harassing persisted, and it's only natural my tone and attitude would get more harsh. Once she's inside the house, she's harassing me during my work in a variety of ways. So I was at my wit's end, for real. However, because of the fact that Kimberly loves her grandmother, and the fact that it would be a burden on my husband, who does physical labor all day, I kept my irritation at bay for their sake. All right, just let me in. It's always about you. Well, poor dear Kimberly is on her own, isn't she? I'll take care of her. Kimberly's at school right now. You're bothering me, so just leave. The housework? I'll do the housework for you. See, the dishes over there? The dishes? I can see them from here. I'm so freaking done. The sound of the vacuum cleaner and washing dishes will be a menace to my meeting. I'm going back to work, so if you'll excuse me, just please leave. I'll stop by again. I get so goddamn tired every day because of this. But after spending time with my husband and daughter that I love so much, that exhaustion just fades away. Such was my life. And one day, that day, for a certain reason, I ordered expensive takeout sushi for lunch. Kimberly was at school, and my husband had arranged to finish work and come home early. As I cleaned the house, I was spending the day relaxing. And then... Harlan, dear, I'm coming in. Oh, hell. My mother-in-law literally let herself in. At that moment, I'd realized that I'd forgotten to lock the door behind me after I came back with the sushi. Of course, it's my fault for not properly closing the door, but who just comes inside someone else's house without knocking or ringing the doorbell? With an annoyed look, I went to deal with her. Oh, it's you, Mrs. Desmond. Not really. I just thought I'd stop by. Any complaints? I do night. Oh, what's this? Sushi? Yes, this is sushi. And it's from Sumo's Sushi Place? Isn't that expensive sushi restaurant in front of the train station? Yes, it is. You've hit the nail on the head. Now, wait just a minute. Why the hell is something like this at your house? That's because... No. You don't have to tell me. In any case, you just went and ordered some without permission, haven't you? When my son is still working hard at his job? You dirty bitch! Huh? Mrs. Desmond, please, calm down! Shut up, you whore! Living a life of extravagance while you're just chilling at home and never doing any real work! How dare you live this life when you say you're teleworking? Unbelievable! Unforgivable! As she said so, she reached into her purse, took out a bottle of water, and she poured the contents onto the sushi! What? Hey! Just what do you think you're doing? In a panic, I tried to save the sushi, but it was already too late! The bottle had been emptied more than halfway, and the rice became soggy and unappetizing. It had pretty much become porridge at this point. No. No matter how skilled the chef, sushi this ruined will never be put back together. Mrs. Desmond! Oh, what have you done? Look who's talking! I forbid you from living this kind of life! I only did what anyone would do! But this! Why this far? This is too far, Mrs. Desmond! Do you even know what day it is? Huh? The hell do you mean? I'm home! With uncanny timing, Kimberly had just come home from school. Upon looking at the sushi in a disastrous state, she started to bawl at the top of her lungs. What? My sushi? What's going on here? Seeing Mrs. Desmond in this state of bewilderment, I became convinced that she didn't exactly have any idea what was happening, but rather that she'd forgotten something important. If she was just bothering me and me only, keeping my feelings at bay was a piece of cake, but I will not forgive her for making my lovely Kimberly sad. Initiate trouble busters and be gone with her. Today is Kimberly's birthday. Have you forgotten it? What? Her birthday? I knew you'd forgotten her birthday. It was honestly the easiest prediction in the world. I'll say it again. Today is Kimberly's birthday. And that's why I got carried away and ordered expensive sushi. Understand? Oh no. Then I did. Yes, you did. You completely ruined her birthday. I'm so sorry, Kimberly dear. Granny forgot all about it. And even if you did forget her birthday, when do you ever pour water over someone's food? Don't you think that's conceivable as a human being? Enough from you. Shut up. I'm so sorry, Kimberly darling. Granny will get you anything you want as your birthday present. Okay? So please.
Granny, did you forget my birthday? It's okay. I don't need anything from you, Granny. Please just go home.
Oh no. Why?
I hate you! Just go home. Please, someone get my sushi. I scrounged Mom to get me sushi today, and I was so excited. I worked hard at school today because I was thinking about the sushi. And you ruined it, Granny.
Mrs. Desmond, you must forgive me, but could you please leave? It's what Kimberly wants. And also, I'll be telling this to both my husband and Mr. Desmond. Why would... Please, they don't have anything to do with this. They don't? You don't think Mr. Desmond has a right to know that his own granddaughter was hurt? And also, you were bothering me during my working hours? Or have you also forgotten about that? Perhaps that's true. I'm also an adult, so anything hurtful directed at me and me only, I can handle no problem. But hurting my daughter? That's a whole new ballgame, dear. I will never, ever forgive you for this. Get out! Mrs. Desmond left the house with slumped shoulders. I consoled that crying Kimberly, and once she calmed down, she fell fast asleep. Later, I told my husband all about what happened once he came home. He seemed to have gotten really furious. He burst out of the house and stormed into his family's home. My mother-in-law went through quite the lecturing session from both her husband and her son. And then...
Forgetting about your own loving granddaughter's birthday is one thing, but pouring water on her prized sushi? I'm ashamed she's my mother. I don't even want to see her face again. Dad was also pretty pissed, and considering her behavior throughout the day, he's had enough, it seems. He declared he wants a divorce.
Later on, through discussion and negotiation, Mr. Desmond divorced his wife, and she was kicked out of the house. Well, one can think that all the wrong she did to people hitherto had finally come back around. The next day, with a heart full of apology, Mr. Desmond stopped by with Kimberly Sushi to celebrate his granddaughter's birthday.
Kimberly, dear, happy birthday. I'm so sorry about yesterday.
Thank you! I love you, Grandpa!
Happy birthday, Kimberly, darling. We have sushi now, and you can eat all you like, okay?
Yay!
Afterwards, we celebrated Kimberly's birthday properly. Even though she was betrayed by her grandmother, who ruined her favorite food on her own birthday, Kimberly had gotten her energy back. And that was the best birthday party ever. Troublebusters.